Lagos, the nation's commercial capital. This is the news at 10, live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight, Sulaiman Al-Edo.
Hello and welcome tonight. Lamentation in Kaduna over continuous bloodbath in parts of the north. Women group challenges the military to end Boko Haram insurgency now. Edo State Police Command raises an alarm over alleged stockpiling of weapons by politicians in the state ahead of the 2015 general elections. Federal lawmakers from Edo State insist on level playing field for all governorship aspirants in the state. And Russia gets sharp rebuke over Ukraine from Western leaders at a G20 summit in Brisbane, Australia. Business news, the interbank lending rates end the week 287 basis points higher at 10.87%.
And in sports news, a crucial away win over Congo gives Super Eagles a lifeline towards African Cup of Nations qualification.
We begin tonight in Kaduna State, northwest of Nigeria, where scores of women under the umbrella of the Women Wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria have taken up lamentation for the blood let in almost daily in the northern part of the country. The women gathered in Kaduna today to protest and pray against the increasing spate of attacks on innocent Nigerians by Boko Haram. The Christian mothers, drawn from the 36 states of the Federation and Abuja for the annual National Convention, expressed concern that women and children are the most affected in the deadly attacks and called on the nation's security forces to stop the spread of the violence. On his part, Governor Mukhtar Yer of Kaduna State, who attended the convention alongside the wife of Nigeria's Vice President, Mrs. Amina Sambo, solicited the support of the women in pursuit of peace and unity in the country.
Several towns in the northeastern states of Yobe, Borno and Adamawa have been attacked in recent weeks, leaving scores dead, property destroyed and thousands of residents fleeing their ancestral homes. Since the attack started, many women have been killed and some turned into widows, while many children have become orphans. The ease with which the terrorists are carrying on with their deadly rampage has become a cause for worry for these women, and they've gathered in Kaduna to express their outrage.
My appeal to them is that they should please, in the name of God, to stop what they are doing, to remember the judgment day. They should stop it. They should have forgiving spirits. If people have offended them, that is why they are doing this, they should stop it. If it is because they want to be heard, they can be heard in a better way.
Although this gathering is an annual event, for these women, all is certainly not well in the country. The theme of this year's meeting, Women of Courage in Times Like This, therefore appears apt. For them, this is not the time to lose hope.
Let's look at ourselves.
The state governor is also here to lend support to the women's call for peace and victory over evil.
As you are all aware, our country is currently faced with unprecedented level of insecurity and threats to the sanctity of human life. Though government at all levels are dogged in the fight against terrorism and other forms of criminality. The task cannot be left to law enforcement agencies alone. We all have roles to play.
For the wife of the Vice President, it is time for both Muslims and Christians to come together as one and fight this common enemy.
In times like
Other speakers call for total war against the terrorists.
Our military men, security agencies are doing very well, but they need to do more. We cannot say they're not doing anything. They need to do more. To me, I think we can crash. It's a war. What are we waiting for? Why are we treating these bloodsuckers called Boko Haram? Why are we treating them like they're normal human beings? They are not. They have no respect for life.
As these mothers cry unto God for divine intervention in the security challenge confronting Nigeria, they are also demanding that the nation's security forces declare total war on the terrorists and end the evil once and for all.
In the meantime, down south in Anambra State, Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka and elder statesman Emeka Anyoko have described the ongoing Boko Haram violence crusade as a threat that must not be handled with kid gloves. At the third ZIGS lecture series at the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Professor Soyinka, who is the guest lecturer, lambasted the idea of any human being describing knowledge as forbidding.
We have a country that is in serious trouble just now. And I would want to take this occasion to say that our leaders in government, in the legislature, in the political parties, and I mean all political parties, I'd like to say that they must acknowledge the seriousness, the gravity of the situation we face on the issue of insecurity in the country. I would like to call on all our leaders to join hands to support the government of the day in dealing with the situation where we read and hear every day from the media that Boko Haram has killed yet more people, irrespective of where they are, should join hands to see how we can deal with this grave threat to our nation.
The propagators of such enclaves have beaten at our gates, and new boundaries are springing up, not even virtual, but physical. We have one next door. You know it as Sambisa Forest. From within that mined enclave, they make bloody sorties in efforts to extend such boundaries and swallow up institutions such as this. They proscribe this very gathering. Call it haram. We will be guilty of the most pitiable crime of complacency if we believe that they will be content to stay behind their present bounds. No, their vision is truly limitless. It is global, and knowledge is their primal enemy. That much they can and they do articulate. And so they close down citadels of knowledge violently and brutally and enslave their hapless inmates. For them, age is no barrier to inflicting sudden death, which was summarized is the only discernible credo. Victims and vectors of a yet undiagnosed 21st century morbidity, they kill not merely children, but childhood.
Well, ahead of the 2015 general elections, politicians are not leaving anything to chance as they strategize to outmaneuver one another in the political chess game. In Edo State, this has become a cause for concern to the police command, which has revealed that desperate politicians are now stockpiling weapons to unleash terror in the state. Addressing journalists in his office at the headquarters of the command in Benin City, where he also paraded other crime suspects, the Commissioner of Police, Folusho Adebanjo, warned political thugs and their sponsors to surrender all firearms in their possession or be ready to face the law.
Though the event is meant to highlight the achievements of the police in crime fighting in Edo State, the State Commissioner of Police seized the moment to address the issue of possession of illegal firearms. The police boss is unequivocal as he warned political thugs, their sponsors, and all those piling up firearms for the sole purpose of using them during the elections to desist from such acts. He says the police will not hesitate to move against them.
Unconfirmed intelligence at our disposal indicates massive buildup of arms and ammunition by some unscrupulous politicians, ayatollahs, violent cult groups, and other undesirable individuals to cause mayhem if they do not win the primaries. The possession of illegal weapons is unauthorized. Everyone in Edo State, irrespective of his or her status, to surrender to the Office of the Commissioner of Police, Edo State, within a period of 14 days, all illegally acquired weapons in their possessions.
Away from the issue of firearms, the police also paraded some suspects at the headquarters, and according to Mr. Adebanjo, they were all arrested from various raids by officers of the command from different parts of the state.
The offenses range from armed robbery, kidnapping, threat to kidnap, sexual offenses, you have rape and defilement, burglary and stealing, and so many others. We have recovered about 30 vehicles so far within the past few weeks. Also, we have recovered so many arms and ammunition. Also, we have recovered somebody dealing with fake all brands of alcohol, whiskey, NEC, and the rest of them. For the bad guys, Edo State is not a place they will come and perpetrate their evil. If you come to Edo State, you will be caught, I assure you. No matter how long it takes, we will get you down.
With the Yuletide around the corner, the police boss says efforts will be intensified to protect lives and property of everyone in Edo State.
Well, in part two after the break, some lessons to be learned from the recently concluded midterm elections in the United States. That's in a moment. Stay with us.